always recall this speech of Robert Kennedy on the night of Martin Luther King's assassination. You know, he was making a presidential speech. He was supposed to do a stump speech that night. And of course, he had to change his speech. And, you know, he's such a brilliant man because, you know, he really touched on people's, like, right to their feelings. You know, he said you may be angry and you may want to seek revenge, you know. And so that right there was validating these people's feelings. And he said, but, you know, and he said he had his own feelings, right? When his brother was shot in 1963 in Dallas. And so, you know, but he really goes on to ask the crowd, you know, like, what is it that we need in the United States? You know, we don't need more division. We don't need more violence. We don't need, like, more loss of life, right? We need wisdom, compassion, and understanding. And, you know, it was the one city throughout the country that didn't riot that night. And I always point to that speech because I think, you know, it was a powerful statement, right, coming from presidential candidate of just saying, look, like, people have a right to, because it's emotional. I mean,
whose brother had just been murdered 2 years before, correct?
April 4th, 1968, 5 years earlier that his brother was assassinated.
But people could empathize with his compassion because the above. How could they not?
Exactly, because he said, you know, you may be tempted to seek revenge, you know, against this, like, a white man that, you know, took Dr. King, you know, and he said, I had my same feelings because it was a white man that, you know, took his brother. And the bottom line is, you know, he gets down to this, like, it doesn't matter what your race, the majority of Americans, like, we all want to live together, we all want to improve our lives and take care of, you know, people important to us,
right?
Do our work, right? Add to the greater good of society in whatever way we can do that. And I feel like that's where we need to turn the conversation, you know?
I mean, significantly what we're talking about here, I believe, is Black Lives Matter. That's what the civil rights protest is all about. Black Lives Matter, minority rights matter. And, you know, to the Black Lives Matter, the African Americans that live here, you know, for generations, they've significantly been living in desperation and despair that many of us other Americans haven't. You know, and so that's significantly the place where they're coming from and what they're speaking to and what they're fighting for and fighting about, you know?
Equal justice under the law, equal opportunity. I think they should have school choice.